Welcome back, guys. So, I have something on my mind today that challenges as to how we think about AI. I was at my doctor's last week and for a physical checkup, just nothing, simple general checkup. And what I saw is a note on his desk telling his patients that from time to time they use AI to diagnose and refer to the matters. Now, I was very happy about that because I think it's a great thing. AI has come up so much in our world right now that I'm happy that my doctor is using every tool that is available for them for diagnostic purposes, for reference purposes, and to find out more and more as to what's happening in the medical field. So I kept on thinking as to how wonderful AI is and what things AI can do. But then the question also came up as to what is that AI cannot do? What is it that it's not able to do? And the answer is simply the AI cannot replace the experience. The AI cannot replace the wisdom, and the AI cannot replace the experience. And I use the word experience at the end is because as much as experience may be documented, so it will give you something from the experience, but the experience that teaches you behind those closed doors, behind those board meetings, behind those different scenarios, the conversations, and the feelings, this is something that is not recorded. You see, I can ask anything of AI. You want complex calculations that took days and days. Now it takes seconds to do. You have the whole world's library that is in and available. You want detail a book, you got it. You want information on something, you got it. You want to know what happened at this and this time, you got it. Everything is available. It's jam-packed. It's an information on your fingertips. It is something that no longer requires for somebody to go out and do the research. But here is the big but. It can build the information for you, but it cannot build the business for you. See, only the builders, only the entrepreneurs can build a business. It can tell you every step to take. It can give you every item, but it cannot give you what your gut feel will do for you. What your gut feel, what your experience will tell you. You see, I can put on information. I can put the market conditions. I can put the historical performance, and I can put all the risk factors and projected returns, and I will get the information. And I'll get the information which will be within seconds, and it will recommend to you that given the information that you gave me, this is a great investment. Go ahead and do it. The only thing that this information does not give you as to what is going on today, what is the condition, what is the person behind this is thinking. You see, there's this small link that's missing, and it's okay. Let me try and give you an example. And I'm sure you will understand. One of the companies we were buying, I looked at the financial statements and we were very happy with it. We were happy with all the systems that were put in. We were happy with everything that business was doing. It was a great fit for us, and by all means, we wanted to just do that particular acquisition. But looking at the numbers, just looking at certain things, there was this uneasy feeling within me. And I checked the financials. I had asked the questions, and everything was coming out right. They were using their computer system, which was so well run, which was so well programmed that it was just wonderful. And I just kept on looking at the numbers, yet I kept on feeling that there was something amiss. So finally, after looking at many times and looking at the reports that were attached with the balance sheet, I started to look at the inventory again. And what I found when I went deep into the inventory, what I found that there were a lot of items which were costed at a very, very high price. And it was surprising for me to see the prices, to see items with such huge prices in it. Now, it was to a certain extent a red flag for me, even though there shouldn't be. But this was an experience because I know that the items they were making were not that expensive. So I called their controller and I asked him to explain it to me as to why are these items put in the inventory at such a high cost, which had boosted their profits. He looked at it, and in no time, he turned red. This was not a fraud, by the way. This was just a mistake. It was an error that was done through the computers. What they had done is these were all new products they were making. And every time they made a new product, they would capitalize all the labor that was associated with it so that a cost of a prototype could be established. But what happened is they completely forgot to take that particular item out, the cost of the labor, once they start to produce the product. And they started to produce the product, but the cost kept on capitalizing into the cost of the item. These items were not sold yet. So a $2 item was capturing a $20 cost, which automatically inflated the profits. So the point I'm trying to make is that there are errors that can happen when you are into the automation. Now, these large learning machines, they are very intelligent and they can do so many things for you. But still, in my opinion, they are still not able to think because they do not have that particular feeling. The feeling, they can give you everything but the particular feeling, the particular gut feeling that comes with the experience. You see, it can tell you what happened in 2008, but it cannot tell you the feelings that went through in 2008 when people committed suicides because they made certain wrong decisions. So AI can give you all the information, but experience is the one which interrupts it, which interprets it into what that information is. See, AI will give you all the patterns, but the experience will give you the intuition. AI will give you the options, but the experience is the one that gives you the judgment. AI will calculate risks for you, but experience will make you decide which risks are you going to take right now. Now, it is the most wonderful, it is the most powerful. It has, what it documents is everything that has happened. This AI will document everything for you and give it to you in your fingertips in no time. But what it does not document, is the feeling It does not document the experience. It just documents what happened, what numbers were. Like I said at the beginning, it does not document what is behind those closed doors. What were the feelings? Who were the people behind it? What was there? Now, it may be a time, it'll come. But then, again, there was nobody documenting them. What we were documenting is numbers. What you were documenting is the transactions. What we were documenting is, and those are the things that come back. And based on that, AI gives us the information. You see, nobody is telling you about a transaction and say, what was the body language at that boardroom when that transaction was going on? What was the body language? What was being talked about? We have the final paper in our hands which said that this transaction happened. And AI will give it to you, but it will not tell you the real discussions that were going on at that point. So what do I feel about AI? I'm at my age, I am using AI so much right now that I've never used anything as much. For all the reference, for all the calculations, for everything, it is making me smarter every second. It is giving me so much information on my fingertips that I could have never imagined in my life. And I'm so appreciative of this particular technology. But I take that information, I use it as my co-pilot. Because I still have to make the decision based on the information that AI is supplying to me. You see, and that is what I do with the information that is supplied to me. I gather all the information. I enjoy everything that I receive from it, but I have to make the decision based on my experience. And this is why we have to be careful when we look at everybody is ready to give us the courses, and everybody says, we'll show you how to make these courses using AI. Now, we can do that. But what it does not give us, at the end of the day, it just never gives us what, it will never replace the experience. See, it's great and it's fast. And living for 5 decades through the technology, what I've seen as to how the information age, or the age of information, as to how things have come out and how things are so fast and how things are just so great. If we use it wisely, it gives us so much information. If we use it without any experience, then we have a problem, because then what you're doing is you are creating something without emotions. And that, to me, says that we need to be careful. Or even the word, not even the word careful, but what I am trying to say here is, and again, I'll make the case for it, because the AI is giving us the information. The AI is providing us with the daily information. But we need to interpret the information. We need to decipher the information. We need to make the decision based on our own experience. So no, it is not going to replace humanity. It will help humanity to make better decisions because of all the information that is available. I will leave you with one small experience that I had when I was a young child. I would live most of my time in the courtroom because that's where my father was. My father was working in the courtroom. And I would just walk around the corridors. There was a huge library. And the thing was, or the custom was, that the judges would write down their queries, send it out to the librarian. And the librarian will, in 1 week or 2 days, 10 days, will send them the information. And based on that decision, a judge would make, or based on that information, a judge would make the decision. So, every time I think of AI, or every time I work with AI, it takes me back to that particular, where there was volumes and volumes and volumes of books that were in that library. Today, the same judge could just go straight into any AI portal and get that information without waiting 10 minutes. And that is a wonder. But nevertheless, that information needs to be verified, or not only verified, but that information needs to be explained by the judge, given the experience, given how he or she felt about what's going on. So, a great tool, the most wonderful tool, the most wondrous tool, but it needs people to interpret it. Not only to put the information in it, but then to understand what information that was received. And that is a great asset. So what I'm saying is that AI is great, and it is the most wonderful thing that has happened, but it requires the experience and wisdom. So you need to be careful as to how you use any information that is given to you. And I hope that you understand my point of view. Now, if you know of somebody who can use this information, please send it to them. Please subscribe to my channel. Till next time, I'm Aslam Khatri, wishing you a better AI information.